Hi everybody, it's the day after surgery. I had my surgery yesterday and slept most of the day. I wanted to make a quick little update for you. This is going to be kind of a gross video though, especially towards the end, because I'm actually going to post in some pictures of my stomach and what they took out. But I'll save that for the end so that way if you don't want to see the gross stuff, you can kind of skip it. But I'm just kind of a science nerd and I love that kind of stuff. I don't know why, I'm just a weirdo. So I figured if any of you out there like looking at that kind of stuff, or it doesn't make you feel squeamish, I throw it in there just in case you were curious. So anyhow, this is the second day, like I mentioned, or first day after surgery, because the surgery was yesterday. And I've just been trying to force myself to walk the halls. I'm in a hotel. And I've been trying to force myself to walk the halls a little bit because they pump your stomach full of a lot of air so the doctor can do the surgery, and that makes you really uncomfortable. So it's kind of weird because you're like a baby and you need to train your sleeve how to belch. So by walking, it kind of does that. But belching doesn't do the job 100% because a lot of that gas is not actually in the stomach. It's like in the abdominal cavity around the stomach. But I digress. So yesterday I actually won a little award for having the largest stomach removed. And I got like a little medallion, and I'll put the picture in here too. Uh, I should be, I should have different feelings, I guess, than I do about that, but I'm actually really happy about that in a weird way because it sort of validates my decision to do this. Even more than I thought it would, because I'd always wondered why. I was like a vegetarian for 17 years, and I eat very well. Like I've never met a vegetable I didn't like. And I don't just sit there and eat bread and pasta and potatoes all day. In fact, I don't eat that stuff hardly at all because I've been pre-diabetic for a really long time. Um, my real problem is that I stink at portion control. I'm just really bad at it. Like, I eat really, well, did. I won't be able to do these things now, but I used to eat really fast and I used to eat way too much. And I know that that was really the root of my problem. And the other issue I would have is that I was constantly hungry, constantly. And I never really understood why, especially since, when you go on these online forums, they're always like, well, lay off the carbs, you'll lose your appetite. Well, I wasn't really eating that many carbs to begin with, and I was still hungry all the time. And it wasn't just because I was bored, because I'm not really ever bored. I run a business with a staff of 30 people. I'm never really that bored. I'm on social media all the time. Like, I've got plenty of stuff to keep me occupied, so I don't really eat out of boredom. Um, and I don't really eat my emotions, but I do eat too much, too frequently, just in general. And so when I actually saw my stomach and saw how large it was compared to the other people who had surgery the same day as me, there were two other girls, and mine was the biggest. Um, that kind of made it make a lot more sense. Like, oh, no wonder I never felt satisfied, and no wonder it seemed like every meal, like I would be satisfied. If I was satisfied, I'd be satisfied for like, an hour or two, and then I'd go right back to being really hungry. Um, so it was kind of vindicating to see how large my stomach actually was. And I posted something about that on Facebook, and somebody asked, how did it get that way? Because I eat too much. I probably just stretched it out. But also, like, there's no way of saying how much of that is actually, biological predisposition, because as I said, I come from a family of very robust women, so it's sort of hard to tell how much of that is nature versus nurture, and perhaps it's a little bit of both. Maybe we do just have larger stomachs from the offset, and and maybe it's a combination of them getting stretched out. There's really no way of knowing. Because unless there's something wrong with it, the doctors generally aren't going to spend a lot of time probing that stuff to when you don't have an issue. Another thing, I'm really flush, and I feel like I've got a mild sunburn, and I itch, and I don't know if that's from the medication. I'm assuming it's from the medication because I'm really sensitive to pain medication. I don't actually like being on pain medication because it makes me itchy and uncomfortable. And I'm already dealing with quite a bit of nausea at the moment, so that stuff really wasn't helping much. I am sore, but it really just feels like I've done a whole bunch of push-ups. Or I keep saying push-ups, I mean sit-ups. It feels like I've done a lot of sit-ups, but it's not like excruciatingly painful or anything. I'm exhausted. I'm really, really tired. And you could probably hear that and the scratchiness from the tube that went down my throat when I talk. I'm super tired. And I think part of that's just because I haven't been eating. Like yesterday, I didn't even drink anything. I had to have IV fluids. Sorry, I'm a little uncomfortable. And then the week prior, it was all liquids, and I had to consume, somewhere between 600 and 800 calories a day of liquid. And today it's just me and these delicious ice chips. So I think part of the reason why I'm so tired is I'm still, dealing with the after effects of the sedation, but I'm also not eating, and that's gonna make you tired, I think. But I'm really excited to see, and you could probably tell, I'm in pain, but it doesn't matter. I'm really excited about um, getting off these PCOS medications, about ovulating. That'd be cool. Like I'm really interested in what this is going to do for my health, and the excitement of that keeps me from feeling depressed about any of the physical temporary stuff that I'm going through at the moment, because I know all of this will pass. And fun side note before I go, the doctor, when he took it out, like he Snapchatted the whole thing. We gave him permission to have it Snapchatted, so I got to see when he took my stomach out, because he removed 80% of my stomach, and he was listening to Uptown Funk by Bruno Mars. So I think I'm gonna have to nickname my old stomach that. Bye, Uptown Funk. It was nice knowing you. I will always have that association now. Don't believe me? Just watch. So, without further ado, I'm gonna go ahead and show you some images. They're kind of gross, but that way you can stop the video now if you don't want to watch them, and if you're curious about them, go ahead and stay tuned for the next couple seconds, and I'll show you just in case you want to see what this actually looks like from the inside. So thank you so much for watching, and I look forward to keeping you updated later. Bye-bye.